Hi all, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jackie. Today we are going to make a backpack. And for the materials, we are gonna need, I use this type of yarn. I don't know if it's called yarn or it's called gauze, but it's the material. That's the type of yarn I used. So I also used a 4.5 millimeter hook, plus you're gonna need a pair of scissors. Yeah, that's it, plus some stitch markers. All right, so let's continue. So to start, you're going to make a slip knot like that. Sorry, let me first fix my camera. So we are done making a slip knot. So we are going to make a chain of 34. Yeah, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Yeah, so that's it. We've made 34 chains, so this is how we're going to start row 1. You're going to go at the back. You're going to skip the first stitch and go into the next stitch, the second stitch, as you see, but we are going to work in the back. Yeah, you go in the back like this, like that, and make a single crochet like that. Go into the next and make a single crochet. So you continue working single crochets in the back loop, as you see me working, until you get to the end of this row. Okay, so after making the 34 chains, you're going to skip the first stitch and go into the second stitch, and this is how you're going to go about your first row. You're going to go into the back loop like this stitch. You go in there and make a single crochet. Remember, we skipped the first stitch and worked in the second stitch. Okay, we are working in the back loop like that. Keep working single crochets in the back loop. This, we are working in this loop. You make single crochets until you get to the end of this row. You'll be having 33 single crochets at the end of this row. We chained 34 and we skipped we skipped one. We skipped the first stitch and worked into the second. So we decreased by 1. Yeah, so keep working single crochets until you get to the end of this row. Okay, so we have 1 stitch left. Sorry, it's a bit okay. All right, so we make our last single crochet. So that's it for row 1. So you chain 1 and turn your work. So this is what you're going to do on our second row. We are going to skip the first stitch. Skip the first stitch and work into the second. We are working in both loops. We are working in both loops, putting 1 single crochet into each and every stitch until we get to the end of this row. Keep working in both loops until you get to the end of the row. Then I'll show you what to do next. So we're at the end. We're working our last stitch. Yeah. So you're going to chain 1. That's it for row 2. So after chaining 1, you're going to turn your work and skip the first stitch, go into the next stitch and work a single crochet. Continue working 1 single crochet in both loops until you get to the end of the row. This is our last stitch. So now we are going to also work in this chain, to the other chain that we chained on the previous row. Remember, we skipped 1 when we were starting the row, so we are replacing it with this 1. Yeah, this chain 1 that we made, we are putting 1 single crochet to. Okay, so that's it for row 3. You continue chain 1, turn your work, again skip the first stitch and go into the next stitch and put a single crochet. So basically this is how it's going to be. You skip the first stitch as we've done, you skip the first stitch, work single crochets in all the stitches, and when you get to the end of the row you work in this chain 1 space too. Yeah, okay, continue working single crochets until you get to the end of this row. Repeat this thing once more, and then you're going to make a couple of more rows. I'll tell you how many we are going to work. We are working single crochets in each and every stitch. Continue working single crochets until you get to the end of this row, and then I'll show you one more time. Okay, this is the very last, this is the chain 1 that I was talking about. After working in this last single crochet, you have to also work in this chain 1 stitch that we stitched. Okay, you put a single crochet, okay, like that, chain 1, turn your work. So that was row 4. We are going to work our 5th row. Remember, we skip one stitch, sorry, and then work in the next. Like that. I'm working one single crochet into each of the okay, let's work the stitches of this row. We are going to continue working with the pattern until you have 26 rows in total. Remember to skip one stitch at the beginning, and remember to put a single crochet in the chain 1 of the previous row. Yeah, so you continue working the pattern until you have 26 rows in total, and then I'll meet you back here and show you what to do next. So I've made up a total of 21 rows. Let's count together. 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, sorry, 23. I made a total of 23 rows. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to start decreasing, but we are going to be decreasing one row and then make another row of no decrease. So this is how we are going to decrease. You skip this first stitch, go into the next, pull up a loop, don't complete the stitch, go into the next, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3. Okay, so our first decrease is done. We continue for the rest of our row, putting 1 1 single crochet in each of the stitches. Continue putting 1 1 single crochet until you have 2 stitches left at the end. here we are. We have 2 stitches left. We have this normal we have this normal single crochet, and then the chain 1 of the previous row. Remember, that is how we were ending our rows in the previous chain 1. Yeah, so you're going to go into this like that, and then go into this previous chain 1 like that, and then pull through all. That's it. And we are done with our row of decrease. And for the next row, we are going to do a normal row of no decreases. Remember, we skip this first stitch and work in the second stitch. We are going to be making a row of decrease and a row of no decrease. And remember, we skip the first stitch and then we work in the very last chain 1 space here to end the row. Work in this, then end your row and the chain 1 and the previous chain 1 stitch. Okay, so that's it for that for our row of no increase and for our row of no decrease. So you chain 1, turn your work. We again resume to our row of decrease. We skip this first chain, work into the second chain. Yeah, like that. Go into the next, like that, and then pull through all. You continue working single crochets until you have 2 stitches left on this row. Here we are. Pull up and then go into the next stitch and pull up, then yarn over and pull through all. That's it for our row of decrease. So we are resuming to our row of no decrease. We are going to do this and make more 12 rows of 1 row of decrease and 1 row of no decrease, and then I'll come back and show you what to do next. You remember, we skip the first chain and work in the second chain, and then at the end we work in this chain 1 stitch. So I'm done with my 12 rows of decrease and normal single crochets, and this is what I have. So we are going to continue from this point here. We are going to make 3 more rows of decrease without putting normal rows of no decrease. We are going to make 3 rows of decrease in a row without making rows of no decrease. So this is the end of the first row of decreases. This is how we end it. Remember to work in the very last chain 1 space. Chain 1, turn your work, make another another row of decrease. You skip the first stitch and work at the next, and then go in the next like that. Pull through all. Continue with single crochets. Until you get to the end of this row, until you have 2 stitches left. This is row 2 of 3 rows of decreases. And this is the end of it. You're going to this single crochet and then going to the chain 1 of the previous row, and that's it. Chain 1, turn your work. You make, this is the final, this is the 3rd row of decreases. Going to this, skip 1, going to the next, and make a decrease in the next 2. Put single crochets all the way until you have 2 stitches left. Okay, this is the end. Put in there, pull up a loop like that, and then in the chain 1 of the previous row, pull up a loop, and then yarn over, pull through all. So from this point here, you're going to chain 1. Let me see. So we are done with this panel. We are done with this panel. Let me see, let's count the number of rows we have together. So from here to here, that makes 2 rows. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38. So we have a total of 38 rows for a full panel, and this is how this is what you're going to do next. You're going to go into these, we are going to work slip stitches into these side stitches like that, and go, watch closely what I'm doing. Go into this, make a slip stitch, go into that, and make a slip stitch, go in here, make a slip stitch, make a slip stitch, okay. You continue doing that, until you get to the next corner right here. Go all the way down, and then I'll meet you here at this corner. Okay, we are here at the corner. going to go in here like this. So from this point here, we are working in both loops. Go in there like that and make up a slip stitch. In the next, you put a slip stitch. Continue working slip stitches. I'll meet you when you get to the next corner. Right here. Okay, we are here. You work into that stitch. Then go in here. Put another slip stitch. Okay. I hope you're seeing what I'm doing. Okay. Keep working the slip stitches all the way up. We are at the corner. Okay, you do that. So when you get here, you start working in both loops like that. Do that until you get to the point where we started our slip stitches, right here, and I'll show you what to do next. We are at the point where we started our slip stitches, so you're going to the very last one. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to make a slip stitch, but from this point here, this very first stitch that you made, sorry, it's too tight. Okay, so you're going to go into this stitch where you started your slip stitches, and make I don't know, my yarn is a bit too tight. Okay, like that. So you chain one and cut off your yarn. So after cutting your yarn, within the end, this is what you're going to do from this point. You're going to count from down here, from this corner, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20. You're going to count 20 stitches and attach your yarn. Make a slip knot and attach your yarn like that. Okay. Sorry about the background noise. The place is really too noisy. I'm sorry about that. So you're going to chain one, and from this point here you're going to work single crochets, but only in the back loop. Only this back loop, like that. You make a single crochet. We are working single crochets into the back loop. Do that until you get back to this point. Make rows, put one single crochet into each of the stitches without increasing until you get to the starting point here. So we are here at the end of the first row. I have to press off our last single crochet in the back loop, and then go into this stitch like that and make a slip stitch. Like that, and then chain one. So from this point here, you're going to turn your work and start working in both loops. We are going to work 6 rounds in total. You continue working single crochets in each of the stitches all the way around until you have 6 rows in total, and then I'll meet you back here and show you what to do next. We are now working in both loops. Continue working until you have 6 rows in total.